frozen after the sun. We would be amazing together as one. Oh, there's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. I know what you're facing, I know what you fear. But soon you'll be ready, your mind will be clear. There's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. The love in our hearts is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you?
Don't
my parachute. Oh, why don't you help me? I've got sunshine, I've got you now. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody. Oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody. Oh, oh. I've got sunshine, I've got you now. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody. Oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody. Oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. I hope you're having a good night. I'm having a good night. I'm having a good night. As you guys know, the Insta360 X5 came out today. Or if you don't know, it did. And I was seeing all this stuff yesterday. People were talking about, like, people were making fun of Donald Trump and his tariffs, and saying that, you know, the camera wouldn't get here, and all this stuff. But it was in Best Buy this morning, so I picked it up. So I don't know what's going on with DJI and all of their setbacks. Maybe it's because it's a drone and this is just a camera. But I feel like I just walked in the store and bought a product from China this morning. So super excited about this camera. It's not super. There's not a lot of big upgrades other than the sensor is pretty close to the 1-inch sensor at this point. It's about I think it's like an 80% of an inch sensor. It's definitely bigger than the sensor that was in the X4, but not as big as the 1-inch sensor yet. But from the video that I've seen out of this camera so far, it looks great. So the biggest, we're going to go through the website. We're going to look at all the things about the Insta360 X5. But I will say, it looks better. It looks better. It's got some cool new features. Not crazy new features. It's not a huge upgrade. I feel like we don't ever get huge upgrades anymore. I feel like every time something new comes out, it's just a little bit better than it was last year. And that's kind of what we got here. But the biggest innovation that Insta360 has made in the Insta360 X5 is the fact that if you scratch the lens, you can order another lens for like $30. So I have had several cameras, 360 cameras. I've scratched the lenses on them, whether the whether the camera fell over, or there's one time I just sat it down and scratched the lens. And I've always been very concerned about my Insta360 cameras, or just my 360 cameras in general, because the lenses stick out. I've always been worried about the lenses scratching or breaking, and I'm always like, I always baby my products. But this one just happens to have replaceable lenses, so that fixes that whole problem. I feel like 360 cameras still have a way to go if you're going to reframe with them, but if you're going to use them in VR, which is something that I'm going to do, then this camera is great. This camera looks awesome. So I'm going to show a video at 7 in about 15 minutes. I'm going to show a video that I took with it today. Here it is, by the way. It comes with pretty much the same shroud that the X4 has. It has a little place for lens. Oh, I'm flipping y'all off right now. It has a little place for lenses, like lens covers, if you end up getting lens covers. This one didn't come with lens covers, which is interesting. But that's it, y'all. It's got this really cool little microphone cover. If you're familiar with the Ace Pro and the upgrade from the Ace Pro to the Ace Pro 2, they added this little wind muff. That's kind of what this is. So it's supposed to kind of cancel out the wind noise. There's like this little microphone. You probably can't see it on here. And then this is what the other side looks like. It's very similar to the X4. They've made a couple changes. They've moved the USB-C port and stuff like that. But for the most part, the front looks a lot cooler, in my opinion. It's got this like almost like a Google material design kind of polygon type shapes. So I really like that. So yeah, so that's it. But we're going to go through the website and we're going to look at it. I was very impressed with the selfie mode. I have not done selfie mode before. It's not exclusive to the X5. You can also have it on the X4. We're going to walk through the the selfie mode, and there are some unexpected benefits to selfie mode. Um, I feel like I need to change some settings on it to get it to do the things that I want it to do. But back in the day on my YouTube channel, I used to use my all of my 360 cameras. That's how I would do my intros. I would walk in tiny planet mode, and I would start out on the planet, and then I'd come down to kind of me walking with a selfie stick with my 360 camera. And that's kind of how I did my YouTube channels for a while. And so I did one of those videos today. But back in the day, I used to have to adjust my camera, and I used to have to hold my camera a certain way to get those shots to work out really, really well. So I was really impressed with the way that it tracked me. So I thought that was pretty neat. And well, I'm going to surprise you with what it really came out of the camera. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch some things back. So yeah, but let's go ahead and do roll call. Not too many people here tonight. I skipped last week. I had our church put on there was Thursday night, then there was Friday night, and then there was a sunrise service on Sunday, and then there was a normal service, and then I'm a youth leader, so we cooked breakfast for the youth. And so anyway, and I had a full-time job on top of that. So last week was a little crazy for me. So I decided to take some time to rest last Tuesday night. But we are back in full swing. And I have a new camera to talk about. So I ordered it this morning. Usually I'll grab it on the website as soon as it comes out, and then a couple hours later I'll check Best Buy. But today I was like, I don't have to have this camera today, because honestly, nobody's watching my videos to see it come out on launch day. They're watching my videos to see my take on the camera. So I decided I didn't have to have it on launch day, but I was going to wait till I ended up waiting till about 10:30. And then it just showed up on Best Buy's website, and it said there was one in Murfreesboro. So I grabbed it. It said there were two in Murfreesboro. I grabbed one of them. And then as soon as I grabbed it, jumped in the shower, then got in the car and went straight to Best Buy in Murfreesboro. And when I got there, I pulled up the email that said, it is not available at this location. Change locations. So I was like, crap. So I changed locations to the one in Franklin, Tennessee. And then that one happened to be there. So I was able to get my hands on it. But then by that time, I had a meeting. So I went back to my meeting. If I'd have got it at the first location, then I would have had time to make a video before my meeting. And then while my meeting was going on, I could render the video and prepare for tonight. But anyway, so, but all that to say is I got it today. So I was super excited. If I didn't get it today, Amazon was next day. So I could have gotten it tomorrow from Amazon. But in the hands, it is the same size as the X4. I posted an unboxing on Foxhorn last night, and it looked thicker, but after I got it in my hands, it's not thicker. That's what she said. So let's go through and do roll call. So Eat More Possum was first in the house, looking to see where Steve was. And then, by the way, if you're planning on purchasing it, I have pinned in the chat my affiliate link on Insta360. There's a 5% discount, I think. And then there's also a link to join the chat tonight if you want to come on my live stream. Stephen Drones was number 2. Welcome, Steve. Hope you're having a good night. Eat More Possum put foxhorn. Very nice. Using emojis. I was testing out a video that I was playing, and so that's what you heard in the background. So I apologize for that. Who else we got in the chat? Oh, and then I nicked myself shaving, and then it turned into a like an ingrown whisker. So I got this red spot. It's dead center in my face too, so it kind of looks like a little dimple, but yeah. And I keep playing with it with my teeth. I keep popping it with my teeth. So that got a little gross. East Coast Thrills is in the house. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. Who else we got? Chuck from Cove Action's in the house. Show hopping, bouncing back and forth. Who else we got? Who else we got? I saw some others pop in. So Covaction said 1 over 1/3. It's actually 1 over 1.3. So it's 1 inch over more than an inch. But when you divide 1 by 1 point, it's 1.28. But if you divide 1 by 1.28, it comes out to like 70% or something like that. So I'm really not too sure, but I saw a picture of the like what a 1 inch looks like, and then a 1 over 1.3 looks like, and it's definitely smaller, but bigger than what they've been in the past. Charles Galufsky is in the house. Hello, hope you're having a good night. Who else we got? I feel like that's all that I saw pop in. So yeah. So I think it's close enough to 7 o'clock so I will show you the video that I rendered from today, and we'll watch this video. It's a little lengthy, but I wanted to get 15 minutes out of it just to see what it was going to be like. And so this is in 360 mode with the selfie mode turned on. So when you turn selfie mode on, and I'll do a proper video about this, when you turn selfie mode on, it puts the green square around your face, and it just tracks your face the entire time. So no matter where you point the camera, no matter how you hold it, even when you like twist your wrist and all that kind of stuff, it will track your face. So I thought this was pretty cool. So here we go. What's up, y'all? Sean here. So I am coming to you today on the Insta360 X5. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm tracking myself right now. Now I know this is kind of weird because it's a 360 camera. It's not really tracking me. It's all software based, and you can do this in post. But basically what's happening right now is, since I'm tracking my face, I can walk all around here, and when I go into the app, it'll already have all this information in it. It's going to save it as a separate file. So this is the first thing that I've used on this camera, but I think it's a software based upgrade, so I think you can do it on the X4 as well. But I just wanted to come out here. These are always the best shots whenever there's like puffy clouds in the sky, and it's overcast, so there's no lens glare shining on the lens. So this is the perfect time to get this camera out. And I'm also like elevating my sinuses as well. So we might grab you and start walking down the road. But yeah, I wanted to see what this is like. It's doing a great job tracking me, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm having a live stream tonight, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this file that I'm recording right now, and we're going to throw it on my computer. We're just going to play around with the file for a little bit because this camera came out today. But yeah, let's walk down the road and see what you guys look like. Oh, you can see my bald spot. There's my bald spot. All right. So now that I got you guys on the selfie stick, let's walk through the weeds. I mean my grass, and let's walk down the road and just kind of see what this thing can do. I'm not going to be super impressed with this camera, just because it's kind of a minimal upgrade from the last one. The big thing that came out with this camera is the fact that you can update the lens. So the lens, if you scratch it, which has always been a big issue with 360 cameras, this one you can actually take out and replace if you crack it or scratch it or anything like that. So we're just gonna walk down the road. Let's see how far we've been recording for about 3 minutes now. So I'm gonna get about a 10-minute recording, and I think that'll be good enough. And then I'm gonna take some pictures and just see what all that looks like. But we're gonna walk up to kind of the new part that they're building and see what that looks like. So, how are y'all?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good. See if they're looking at me. Nope. I do kind of like this little tracking thing. It's kind of getting me from all different angles. So if I wanted to do a little shot out here, see me walking, it's kind of neat. So I'm gonna walk across here. Hopefully the cop will stop at the stop sign. And so since it's tracking my face, I was trying to do that earlier, but I didn't want to do a lot of thinking when I was going through the intersection. So if I move this over here, like this, you're kind of walking beside me. So check this out. And then you come up here, I'll look up at you. What's up, y'all? I'm also interested to see what this microphone sounds like. I don't think they've done much to improve the microphone itself, but if you guys are familiar with the upgrade from the Ace Pro to the Ace Pro 2, they added this little microphone cover that's supposed to reduce wind noise without putting this ugly furry dead rat on your camera. That's kind of what this has on it too. I bet if you took that thing off, you'd still have those two little holes, but microphone's supposed to be pretty good. Look at that behind me. The other thing that I'm recording in right now is I'm recording in HDR. So not only am I exposed, but the clouds in the background are exposed. I think it's pretty cool. I really like this tracking capability because I used to do these on my own. Probably, I'd say like 6 years ago, I used to do all my intros this way for my video. I would do the walking intro, or I would do it on a Segway or an e-bike or something like that. But yeah, what else can we say about this camera? We've been going for about 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes. Something else, this camera, it's more waterproof than the last one. So it can go down to, I believe, 15 meters. Whereas the last one only could go 10 meters underwater without the seals breaking. So that's good. Battery life is longer. I don't have the exact spec on that, but we'll talk about that tonight in the live stream and my actual review. But yeah, Boy, they have like, I got to get the drone out and see what all they're doing. There's woods right behind y'all. We'll look around at the woods. So back there, there's woods about a month ago. So they've been going at it. Pretty soon I'll be able to get anywhere in Smyrna from my neighborhood. Oh, got some studs down there working out. Little high schoolers. They got this tiny little patio and they got their gym out there. It's pretty funny. So yeah, where are we at? We're about 7 minutes. I was thinking about trying out different modes, but I'm really just getting ready for my live stream. So I wanted to play around with this file before the live stream started, just so you guys could see it. As far as the design goes, it's got some really cool, oh, let's see what the stitch is like. So it's tracking me right now, and I'm going to spin it around. There's the stitch right there. It's still like, that's pretty awesome, y'all. Let's get really close. So there's the stitch, but about there. So I wouldn't get any closer than 2 feet away from your camera. 2 feet or more, that stitch line is not even going to be a thing. Now if you do it real slow, you can see the stitch line. So there's, see my head kind of warping a little bit all the way out there. You can even see it warp there. But this is live feed, so once you put it in Insta360 Studio, it can account for that stitch as well, because each lens is actually recording more than 180 degrees, so it can restitch that stitch line, restitch the stitch. So all right, I think this might be as far as I'm gonna go. We'll start walking the other way. Oh, the guy right behind me. I'm gonna get on this side and start walking. I don't know if these driveways are solid or not. Hopefully they are. We'll see. The house is available. So we're gonna go in this garage real quick and see what it looks like going from light into dark and back out. So let's try it. So now we're in this garage, this house that I do not own. So yeah, I think it handled that change in dynamic range pretty well. We're at about 9 minutes. I might try to see, we might record for about 20 minutes and just see how long a file I can get out of this. Now for the live stream, I'm going to render out a reframe for the live stream, and then we're going to go in the app and we're going to play around. So I want to get some examples of things to track. So we might, right now it's actually it's in selfie mode. So it's recording me no matter where I put the camera. It's looking at my face whole time. Over here, belly mode. So all of that seems to be working out just fine, but I want to like track a bush, or like right next to me there's this green thing over there, and I think it'd be a cool idea to just track that in the app or something like that. So we might play around with that. Yeah, got a van backing up. I really don't know what to talk about now. It's a beautiful day, y'all. One of my plans for this camera, will probably happen this week. I might do it, get it all ready for tomorrow or the next day, but I want to record. Something I want to do is I want to create like maybe like a 5-minute or 10-minute waypoint mission, maybe around this construction back here. And I'm going to record it with the X4 and then the X5, and then we'll just compare. I have a feeling the video is not going to be that much of a difference, but we'll see. Now the downside of that is, I mean, I could probably put them both on my Insta360 and not do, I mean, put them both on my my Inspire 2, and then that way you guys can get a good comparison of both cameras, and not have any difference in like cloud movement or sun or anything like that. But yeah, that person was looking at me. They got all the neighbors over there. So where are we at? We're at about 13 minutes. I think we're going to record for 1 more minute and then we're going to turn it off. So I'm about to come up to a busy intersection. So hopefully I don't die right here. But here we go. All right, we got 13 minutes, 30 seconds. We're gonna cut this off at 14 minutes. We're gonna see how many files this creates. We're gonna put it into the Insta360 Studio and see what it's like. I'm out of breath because I'm old and I'm fat. I don't know why I'm talking to my phone. I should talk with y'all. But yeah. So I'm gonna put this on a drone. I'm gonna do comparisons with the X4. And then I might sell both of my X4s and get just one more X5. That way I'll have 2 of these. And I'll be able to take these on the mission trip that I'm going on in June. And if I break the lens, you know, I won't be too sad because I'll be able to swap them out. But I always buy these cameras and then I don't use them as much as I should. So I think with the fact that I can swap out the lenses with the lens replacement kit, that I'll be able to do that. So, oh, might as well go to 15 minutes at this point. So we got 10 more seconds and we should be good. I think I'm gonna take some pictures too. All right, so that was the first video ever taken by me with the Insta360 X5. And so I told you guys that I put it in selfie mode, and so the video that you just saw was a reframe that was exported from the Insta360 Studio, but something that I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that the selfie mode was just going to like grab the metadata from, you know, just tracking me, and then that way whenever I brought it into Insta360 Studio, it would already have the tracking built in. But it actually gave me a 4K video file of, I'm pretty sure it's 4K. Let me check. Actually, I don't know if it's 4K or not. Let me see. So let's see what the resolution is. It's not telling me what the resolution is, but it is a 3.5 gig file. But I want to show you guys what it gave me. So I'm going to go ahead and share that video real quick. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I know y'all are running away. But I was really impressed that I didn't, if I don't want to, I don't even have to go into Insta360 Studio and render a video out. It automatically happened. Now the downside is it was in the wrong orientation. So this is what it looks like.
Oh, what's up, y'all? Sean here. So I am coming to you today on the Insta360 X5.
Why is it doing that?
And I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm tracking myself right now.
Well, I'm taking that off of the stream. It is actually, all right, I'm going to answer some questions real quick. Bob says, I thought the X5 was 8K. So the 360-degree video is 8K, but I'm pulling different resolution files out of it. Okay? So that's what that means. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull you into Insta360 Studio and show you guys kind of what's going on. All right. So if I pull this out, this is kind of letting you know what all of my files look like. So if I double click on this left-right video.
What's up, y'all? Sean here. So
this is the actual file that came out of the camera. Well, this is the selfie version of what I recorded, and it literally recorded all 15 minutes in this selfie view and created a video file. It created an MP4, so I could pull this directly into Final Cut Pro without even like reframing or anything like that. So, and I haven't tested it out, but I think it's because if you see right here, what my, oh no, I can't do that. If you see right here, I'm holding my phone in the vertical orientation. So I think that's why the selfie mode started in that way. So anyway, that's the video that I got. And then I double clicked. If you can see right here, it's a 360 video. But when I double clicked on it, it looked the same. And I was like, what's going on here? This is, but what it's done is it's already tracked.
So I am coming to you.
I'm going to mute other Sean. But what's cool about this is that it went ahead and grabbed all the tracking information. But it looks exactly like the video that it gave me. But right down here, it says 9:16. If I change this to 16:9, this is the file that I rendered and I just showed you guys. If I want to go into a 1:1, this is like for Instagram. And so it's already got all of the tracking information. So anyway, I was really impressed with the way, and if I want to go super wide mode, like I'm in like the IMAX, this is IMAX version. And you can do all of the things with this video. You can add motion blur. Deep track is something that I would do if I didn't already have this tracking information. We're going to play with this file real quick. So I wonder if it's got the GPS stuff already in there. Let's see. Let's try throwing this on here and see what happens. Nope, that didn't work out. Let's see, acceleration, tilt angle, date and time, distance, altitude, pace, route. All right, we're going to see if it grabbed all this information. Now, I was using my phone this whole time, so it looks like, yeah, it's got my route, it's got my path. Let's see what BMW looks like. So that's pretty cool. Now, acceleration is not working. Pace is working. Slope is working. Elevation is working. Let's see. We got speed. Got a little speedometer going on. I think it's kind of neat that it's got the route on there. Here's rhythm. See what rhythm looks like. That's kind of cool. I really do like the route. So I could go on a run with this. Well, I don't run anymore. I could go on a walk, which is what I'm doing right now. And you can see, like, I just walked up the hill. So that's pretty cool. But we're going to turn all this off. I'll be excited to see that whenever I do the drone. But if you're not familiar with Insta360 Studio, I can come in here and adjust like stitching, calibration, stuff like that. But under here, I can add color plus, which makes it very vibrant. This is super vibrant. I can come in here into clarity plus, and you can only do color plus or clarity plus. So if you want it to be sharper, you can come in here and make it really, really sharp. Or you can make it a little soft. You can also come in here and adjust anything you want to. So if you don't like the color temperature, you want to make it a little cooler or make it a little warmer, you can come in there and do that. I'm going to reset that. Definition, that's sharpness. Almost make it look like a cartoon. You can add motion ND. And if you can see like the thing, what's on the sides, you know, you can make like the motion blur to make it look like I'm walking really fast. All right, so you also have different settings. I'll show you guys what the audio sounds like.
Have those two little holes.
This is voice focus.
Microphone's supposed to be pretty good. Look at that behind me. The other thing that I'm recording in right now is I'm recording in HDR. So not only am I exposed, but the clouds in the background are exposed. I think it's pretty cool. I really like this tracking capability.
All right. So now that we've done all of that, we've looked at all of that. You can also put like custom watermarks and stuff like that. I never do any of that. But let's go into 360 mode. So this is 360 mode. From here, I can go, where to go? Take a snapshot. Where'd it go? I wonder if I need to turn the tracking off before it'll let me reframe. All right, so right here, we've got our framing. So I'm going to kill this. All right, and what that's done is that has taken away the tracking that I had on it before. So I want to track something. So let's track this. Well, let's go somewhere else. We're going to spy on this car right here. What kind of face am I making? It was a bad example. So anyway, Bob Casey, to your point, we're going to go into 360 mode. This is the 8K file. Actually, this is 5.7. I recorded in 5.7 tonight. But if I was recording in 8K, the two lenses put together to create this equirectangular view, this would be the 8K that you're looking at. And I was trying to figure out how to get to the little planet mode. Because I did that before. It was right here. Am I missing something? Let's add a keyframe. Oh, no, it's here maybe. Let's add a keyframe. From here, I'm going to make it a tiny planet. Yeah. So anyway, I really just thought that was cool that I recorded in selfie mode. It grabbed all that tracking information, and then I'm still able to do whatever I want to with the 360 file, but it gave me a tracking file. So we're going to play with that a little bit more. That's kind of the new feature that really kind of turns me on. So, yeah. I wanted to show you guys some pictures that I took. This is a picture that I took. I basically stuck the selfie stick through this little gap in my gas meter. And so from here, you can see there's a little stitch right there. So we can come in here and we can do optical flow, and that fixed that little stitch. You can also do custom calibrations and stuff like that. But I just thought this turned out really, really nice. Let's turn this into a tiny planet and see what happens. Yep. And then this is one that I took in my bushes. So I kind of stuck this under my bushes, but I wanted to show you guys the detail of my mulch. I think that turned out really, really nice. Let's see what tiny planet looks like here. That's kind of cool. Kind of looks like a tennis ball. And then I stuck the camera up in my tree. I always like to start out in Tiny Planet mode and just see how the Tiny Planet looks. I got my serious face on. And then this was just one that I took in my front yard. This is it's on my selfie stick. So if I was going to put this picture on Instagram or something like that, I would just scrub out that little tripod. But let's see what Tiny Planet looks like. And usually I would do, if I was doing it for Instagram, if I was doing it for the gram, I'd put it in 1x1 mode. And then I would put the things that stick out in the corners. So I would do something like that. I think the sky was great today. But, and then there's a mode in here. It's been in here before, but you can animate. So there's a lot of presets. Let's do this one. That one's not that exciting. Let's try this one. That one's not exciting either. Let's try this one. So that's cool. All right. So that is kind of my first take on the Insta360. Now we're going to go through and look at the website, and then call it a night. So this is the Insta360 X5. There's a lot better view here than what you saw in my hand, just because it's dark, but this is a beautiful picture of it. And let's go ahead and watch the intro. I'm going to turn that off, the audio. Oh, the other thing that this is really better at is low light situations. I still don't think it's as good as the Insta360, like the 1-inch edition, but I think the video coming out of this, it's got triple AI chips as well, which is using AI to fix all of your stitches and adjust the lighting and analyze the situation to make sure that you have the best settings. But if you want to do 60 frames per second, you can do 5.7K. It's got the remove the selfie stick. It's got de-warp, so you can take your videos with no distortion. Also has this little twist mode, which is kind of weird. But I guess if you were skiing or something like that, you could just twist your arm and it would work. It would start recording. Built-in wind guard for wind reduction, which is pretty cool. There's a new wireless mic from Insta360, so I'll be ordering that and reviewing that. Swap out the lens, which is pretty cool. Magnetic mounting, nice. Horizon lock, that's normal. Waterproof 49 feet. Invisible dive case is available for it as well. So if you go into the ocean, 3-hour runtime in 5.7K, 80% charged in 20 minutes. And the other thing that I didn't mention is you get 6 months free of iCloud or of Insta360 Plus cloud storage. So I turned that on today. You also have AI Frame, which finds the best parts of your video, and then it creates this cool little video using AI. So this is the other thing that I was showing you. It has really cool GPS. Now, I'm pretty sure it grabbed the GPS from my phone, but don't quote me on that. But I think the video from this, as far as the 360 camera goes, I think the video looks great. Now, if I was comparing this to my Canon R5C, the video doesn't compare, but I think this camera looks pretty awesome. All day, all night, all angles. So yeah. So let's go through this. It's got 8K 30 frames per second in 360, dual 1/1.28 inches. Triple AI chip, superior low lights scenarios, invisible selfie stick effect. So I want to talk about the triple AI chips for a second. I think the what's going on with the AI chips is, I think it's oversampling, undersampling, and then creating like an HDR type dynamic range video is what I think is happening. It's got the Insta frame mode, which we haven't touched on. Replaceable lenses, the Wind Muff, 185-minute battery life, flow state stabilization. All of that's kind of already been there. So it's got a pro imaging chip, another pro imaging chip, and then an AI 5nm chip. I don't know what that means. All right, so here we go. So flagship imaging, larger 1/1.28 sensor, lightning fast triple AI chip system with a new benchmark for 360 capture. This powerful hardware combination delivers true to life colors, stunning clarity, and brighter, more vivid visuals. So the sensor is 144% larger than the last one. So if you have an X4, the sensor size is 144% bigger. It's got 13.5 stops of dynamic range, which means that it can record the darks, the shadows, as well as the highlights. And as you can see from that video that I showed you, I was exposed, but the cloud in the background with the sunbeam shooting out of it was exposed as well. That's where those 13.5 stops of dynamic range come in. And it's got 140% computing power. So with these AI chips, it can think 140% better. So that means that it can do a lot more things on the fly, like stitching your videos and all that stuff. See everything. They also have AI Pure Video. So AI analyzes the footage and makes night video better. Fully replaceable lenses, which is pretty awesome. I don't know why they haven't thought of that yet until now. So 5.7K 60 frames per second active HDR, which is what I recorded in today. You can see this, what the HDR like is pulling, like the shadows, it's pulling all the details on the beach, it's pulling the sunset. Just beautiful. Um, invisible selfie stick. That's kind of an AI gimmick. Yeah, and then this is just showing that you can use one camera and get multiple angles, which is something I love, because a lot of times whenever you're recording something that's just happening on the fly, you can't go retake that shot. So getting multiple angles, I think, is really cool, and that's why I'm planning on selling my X, um, selling one of my X4s and getting another X5, just so I can have a couple angles and get a lot of cool shots out of those angles. Aim after filming, so they've improved the app so that you can reframe just by like using a joystick and pointing at things, and so I think that's really neat. So it has a smart flat video and shoots 360 at the same time. So the smart flat video, that might be what I did with the selfie mode, or Instaframe is probably something different. But yeah, it's probably something different. So it's got ultra wide POVs. The 4K, it's got a 4K 60 frames per second single lens mode. So if you've got it on your chest, or you don't really care to see what's behind you, you can use the X5 as a traditional action camera to shoot crispy 4K 60 frames per second first person videos. Go even wider with max view in free frame video featuring 170-degree field of view in 4K 30 frames per second. So you can use it just like a GoPro if you want to. 72 megapixel 360 photos, which is pretty crazy. Action ready, the new wind guard. So I don't know if you can hear that or not, but the audio from that example was really, really great. So it only takes 20 minutes to charge your camera back to 80%. So that's pretty awesome. So it said 185 minutes, 37% longer than the X4. And then flow state stabilization is always amazing in these cameras. 360 horizon lock. So basically, it's like having a gimbal. The only thing that you can tell is like every once in a while you'll see like water drops like that are on the lens kind of come in shot and come back out, or a lens flare. But yeah, this is gimbal-like stabilization without the gimbal. Designed to get wet and wild. So it's waterproof, which is awesome, unless you open it. So don't ever, if you have this camera, and a mistake that my friend made is he took it scuba diving, and then he went to take the SD card out and then put a different SD card in, and he got water in the camera because he didn't dry the camera off before he did that. So make sure you don't swap out batteries or open any of the doors on the camera while it still has water on it. Snap on and shoot. So it's got the magnetic system, which is pretty awesome, that kind of go along with the Ace Pros. Here's the twist and shoot mode. I think this is kind of gimmicky, but it might, if you've got like ski gloves on and you don't want, or motorcycle gloves, and you don't want to, it's hard to push the button. It's got twist to shoot, gesture control, and voice control. I've used voice control whenever I have two cameras, and I'll just tell it to record. So and then both cameras will record at the same time. These are just some examples. AI editing. So this is AI frame. We saw this in the intro, but it'll automatically like look at the video and see what's moving, and it'll focus on that. So export without edit. So you can export in 360, you can export in selfie mode, and you can export in looking at the other camera. This is what this is right here. Wait, let me see. So you can switch to selfie mode, or you can switch to forward mode. That's what it is. So selfie mode is the camera looking at you, and then forward mode is going to the other camera. And then de-warp. This is pretty awesome. So I don't think I've seen this before, but it'll take your 360 video that usually looks like a GoPro like bulbous lens, and then it'll de-warp it to look like a flat video. And then the iCloud automatically backs up your files to the cloud. Seamless 360 sharing, cloud edit and export. So you can edit in the cloud and export, which is pretty cool. And there's also shot labs. So there's AI warp. There's sky warp, which is kind of cool, and fly lapse. So these are kind of quirky AI things, but they're pretty fun. I just wouldn't do it all the time. It's still got bullet time. I've never really done a bullet time. It's got star lapse, which is pretty cool. Time shift, and then time lapse, which is pretty awesome. It's 360 Studio. I just showed you guys that. So these are the accessories. The Mic Air is kind of cool. Capture crystal clear audio anywhere with the Insta360 Mic Air. So I might be getting one of those. The folding selfie stick is pretty awesome. This came out whenever Peter McKinnon did his collaboration with it. GPS preview remote. I have one of those, so we might do a video of that. It's got a fast charger. It's got the X5 quick release mount, dive case. So let's see how much this Mic Air is. I'm human. So $50 mic. There's also a version that you can hook into your phone as well for $69.99. But I might see the X4 would work with my DJI mic, so I might just try that first before I buy this Insta360 mic. And then this is out of stock, but it's a selfie stick that folds in half. So you can basically put this in your pocket, and then it folds out to become like a selfie stick, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, let's see how much this thing is. Out of stock as well. And it looks like it's proprietary for the X5. I might try my other ones just to see if they work. Y'all are not invisible. I'm watching y'all. What did you say? Bob, I'm watching y'all talk. Y'all are just talking to each other. You're not talking to me. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Well, if one of y'all would come in here and talk to me, I'd talk to you. I have to talk to myself because nobody's in here talking to me. So let's go through let's compare real quick. And this will give us kind of an understanding of what the difference is between the X5 and the X4. Should you upgrade? So the X5 has dual 1/1.28 sensors, whereas the X4 had 1/2-inch sensors, so 1/2. All of the filming frames or filming is the same. What the X5 has is, or the resolutions are all the same, and the frames per second. But the X5 has pure video mode, which is better in low light, replaceable lenses, built-in wind guard, and Insta360 mode. The X5 runs for 180. Love you too, man. So the Insta360 X5 has 185 minutes, whereas the X4 has 135 minutes. And these are lab environments, so that's going to change a little bit. They've added fast charging to the X5. Waterproof is another 5 meters. All of this is exactly the same. So that's it, y'all. Oh, no. What just happened? Okay. So that's it. That is the Insta360 X5. I'm going to be playing around with it this week. I always love new camera weeks. So I'm going to be recording some low light situations. I'm going to be putting it on a drone and flying it around. I might try like an FPV version. So we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, that is all I have for tonight. So yeah, go out and get y'all a Insta360 X5 if you want one. Yeah. I don't know what to say now. I'm pretty tired. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications when I put out more videos on the Insta360 X5. And I'm starting to go heavy into VR. So I am going to figure out the best process for VR with the cameras that I have. And I'm also planning on selling off a lot of things. So, but y'all have a good week. And if I don't see you till next week, be blessed, y'all. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.